911, what's your emergency?
Yes, hi, I'd like to report a hate crime.
And I'm feeling
Hey there, my lemon slices, and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I'm a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. Do you guys like my spooky headband? It's officially spooky season, so I thought it was fitting for my headband to make its inaugural debut. We are gathered here today for another installment of Personal Trainer, me, reacting to BODi Workouts while I educate you in the process. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz and lots of dry sarcasm on the way, why not hit that subscribe button and join the Lemonade Stand? Because I would just really love to have you guys here. Without anything further, let's make lemonade. So in case anyone's wondering, I'm drinking clean juice, like that's what it's called, clean juice, and you know, clean whatever. I have stuff to say about that, but I will be damned if I don't love their wake up juice. It's so good. It's called the wake up one, and I think it's like orange, turmeric, and ginger. Oh, it's fire. All right, first one. What the heck? I am deeply offended by this exercise. Here's something funny. Jen Baruso sent me a lot of these, including this one, I'm pretty sure. If you don't know who Jen is, I've mentioned Jen before a few times. Jen is a friend of the channel. She and I talk a lot in DMs. Jen is also a certified personal trainer. She has an interesting perspective because she also used to be in Beachbody as well. And she sends me a lot of these, and Jen sent me this one. And I was just like, what is going on? So she is doing a, I want to say like a squat to press kind of deal, but like alternating like, why is she switching the dumbbell like between her left side and right side, and then the ball between the thighs, that ball. Why are you doing that? Stop it. In Beachbody they call it a core ball, but you know, you can find one anywhere. It's not exclusive to Beachbody. It's just a small inflatable ball. I actually have one in my closet from when I tried a Beachbody workout sometime last year, maybe it was the year before, and it included, I needed the core ball, so I didn't buy theirs. I bought my own from somewhere else. So it's not exclusive to Beachbody. But whenever I criticize the use of the ball in a lot of these exercises, I feel like most of the time you guys get it, but there's always at least one or two comments of people saying something like, well, it's to work the inner thighs, duh. Okay, my question to that is, why do I need to emphasize my adductors, aka inner thighs? Why do I need to work on them at the same time that I'm doing a squat? Because really, just a standard squat gets multiple components of the leg muscles, including your adductors, involved, even if it's not significant. But if I really wanted to put more emphasis on my adductor muscles, aka my inner thighs, you could easily do a sumo squat, which is basically just a really wide stance squat. I'll put up a picture with your feet kind of pointed out that really emphasizes the inner thighs. I've seen her use it in other ways for which I personally don't think are a huge issue. For example, as incorporated as part of like a core exercise, depending on the exercise. But whenever she has people putting the ball between their thighs like this and doing a squat, it makes your squat form garbage because it severely limits your range of motion. Oh, and I didn't even touch on like the stuff that's happening on top. I didn't even like really touch on the switching the dumbbell back and forth. Yeah, I think that's silly. She's got like a nice weight setup all around her. She looks like she's got a decent workout space there. Okay, so for this next one, I feel like I have to offer you guys like some sort of like a trigger warning. Your brain may implode or explode. I don't know. There's no telling what could happen, but this next one is so ridiculous. You have been warned. That was obscene. Okay, so Jen and I had a full-on focus grill in DMs about this one because neither of us could fully really tell what the was going on. Like, we were both just completely at a loss. I feel like we both made some good points, but ultimately we were both just scratching our heads. And quite frankly, I still am. Something funny about this one is that someone else actually sent this to me, this exact video of this exercise to me. And I saw it and was like, I need another brain to help me understand this. And so I opened up Instagram and I was about to actually send this to Jen. And I opened up our DMs to realize she had already sent this one to me. I think it was earlier that day or the day before or something like that. She sent it to me to show it to me. We had a pretty long conversation about this one. I'm not going to read our entire conversation, but I do want to read kind of my breakdown of, well, I guess my perception of what this exercise might be and like what might be going on here. And this is what I sent to Jen. This is just a screenshot of one of the things I sent to her. Okay, I was saying snatch, but I meant clean. I don't know why I was thinking snatch. Oh yeah, because that was when I was trying to figure out like the first part of what he was doing. Yeah, I kept saying snatch for some reason, but I guess I meant to say clean. I saw a 1.5 squat, but also maybe a staggered lunge because of how he's facing. DL, deadlift, but also maybe trying to be an RDL, Romanian deadlift, which is different than a regular deadlift. And then clean, ... but not really, repeat. So that was me breaking down what I thought I saw. This must be how it feels when people think they see like Bigfoot and they're trying to like explain to other people like, no, I'm not crazy. This is what I saw. So that's what I sent to Jen, and she and I kind of arrived at a pretty similar conclusion. I remember it was her that brought up the thing about the 1.5 squat. It's just one of the many variations of a typical squat, and it's basically where you squat all the way down as you normally would, and when you return to come back up, you only come back up about halfway. That's why it's called like 1.5 squat. Then you descend again, and then once you press back up, you press fully back up. I hope that made sense. I'll put up some like graphics to like support that. And then I said clean but not really. And the reason I said that, let me go back and look at this again. Bringing the weight down, he's going kind of slowish. And then I said deadlift, but also maybe trying to be a Romanian deadlift. And the reason I said that is because I'm trying to watch this again, the video. I'm watching it right now again on my iPad, and I feel like I'm making myself more confused. He's going down, lowering the weight down and then kind of bringing it back up. I think to me, it's the way that he's lowering the weight, the dumbbell down to the ground. It makes it look like it might also be trying to be a Romanian deadlift. This video is actually, it's silent. This video is silent. So I don't know. I can't hear any like cues from Autumn. You know, sometimes if people are watching BOD while they're doing the workouts, we can also like hear cues from the super trainer of the video that we're watching. I don't know the cues for this. I don't know how this is really supposed to look. And this is also looks like it's from 4 weeks for everybody. Oh, something else to call attention to is he said, so I forgot my core ball today, but this did the trick. And the ball he's using is different than the core ball because remember, like I just mentioned, the core ball is just filled with air, so it's very lightweight. It's really not meant to add resistance. That ball that he's using right now is a weighted ball or a medicine ball, as many people would call it. I don't know how much it weighs. We can't see it, but I can't imagine that he's making this necessarily better because he's using a weighted ball versus a core ball. I mean, I feel like even with the core ball, this would still look ridiculous. I don't know. I'm just watching this again and I feel like I have a different opinion. I feel like some of my opinions are slightly different after watching it a second time. Yeah, I'm still not confident in any of that. Those of you who have been here for a while, do you remember when I called an exercise the 2020 because it was a complete show and dumpster fire, kind of like the year 2020? I hereby declare this exercise to be the new 2020. Congratulations, you guys. The question I need an answer to is why? Why does a person who just wants to be a healthy, fit human, why do they need to do this? They don't. You would be so much better off just doing like 3 sets of walking lunges, 3 sets of squats, and like 3 sets of hip bridges. There, I just gave you a really simple but really effective lower body workout. And it's not stupid. I don't even have a demo prepped for this one because I still don't understand fully what's going on. Do literally anything else but this. Just kidding, I do have a demo for this one. I actually have a couple because I could not decide. Shout out to Jen for helping me out with deciding what alternatives to show you guys. exercise because I was just truly stumped. So this first one is a B stance squat. The highlight of this is not so much the squat here, but more so what the B stance is. The B stance, I've also heard it called a kickstand stance, is pretty simple. For a B stance squat, start standing like you normally would for a squat with your feet approximately shoulder width apart, and then kick back one leg so that it is behind you. Not so much so that you're in a lunging position, but more so that from the knee down, that leg is kicked out behind you. Rest that foot so that your toe is on the ground, and then your other foot is planted flat on the floor. Your feet should be kind of staggered. So the foot that's planted flat is going to be the working side that you will feel a majority of the resistance on. So you can do a B stance for a few different exercises, not just squats. For example, you can do a B stance Romanian deadlift. Doing a B stance allows most of the focus of whatever movement you are doing to shift to the working side. In the case of a B stance squat, the foot in front is the working leg. The B stance also offers slightly more of a challenge to your coordination and your balance as well. I'll show a brief clip of me doing it with a light barbell on my back just so you can see how it looks. If you choose to use weight, I don't recommend going super heavy. The other alternative I wanted to show you guys is a narrow stance lunge. Narrow lunges are very simple. They're just like a standard lunge, but pull the back leg in so that your feet are closer together. Then lower yourself down as you would in a typical lunge. With a narrow stance lunge, you will feel it a lot more in your quadriceps than a typical lunge.
2, 3, 4, stand up. Squeeze the inner thighs, even if the ball isn't there. Shoot those hips back. Back is flat.
I made a face just now because she said squeeze the inner thighs even if the ball isn't there. If the ball wasn't there, why would I be squeezing my inner thighs? I believe Jen sent me this one too. And something that I just need to call attention to really is this very ironic text on the screen. You don't need crazy exercises to get results. Meanwhile, so to be fair, this really doesn't look that ridiculous. The only issue I have really is again with the ball. Why are you using the ball? I asked Jen about this when she sent it to me and I was like, is this trying to be a good morning or like a Romanian deadlift? A good morning is pretty much a variation of a Romanian deadlift. You have the weight on your back for a good morning. Or if you don't have any weight, you could actually do what this person is doing right here and you can kind of rest your hands behind your head like that. It's very similar mechanics to the Romanian deadlift. You're hinging at your hips and then you're going to use your hamstrings and your glutes slowly pull you back up. And so to me, this looks good morning-ish. Where is she? Am I crazy or does it look like she's in a restaurant right now? Well, no, because there's a pair of shoes like under that chair. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, I just take issue with the ball. Why are you using the ball? Yeah, I just can't get over the fact that Autumn was like, squeeze the inner thighs as if the ball wasn't there. Why would I be squeezing my inner thighs? I wouldn't be squeezing my inner thighs while I'm doing a good morning. Nobody would. All right. I'll show you guys how to do a good morning. So this is a good morning. I'm using a barbell to demonstrate, but if you don't have one, you can hold a dumbbell behind your neck or you can just use your body weight and rest your hands behind your head. These, for the most part, have the same mechanics as an RDL, Romanian deadlift. The main difference is how you hold the weight. Some people don't like to place weight on their back, so if that's the case, then an RDL may be a better alternative for you. It is also worth noting that it's typically believed that an RDL does a better job at emphasizing your glutes and your hamstrings. And if you've done both, then you can probably attest to this. You can probably feel it a lot more when you do an RDL versus a good morning. Personally, I actually prefer RDLs for my hamstrings and glutes, but that's not to suggest that good mornings are bad. Leave it up to your personal preference. To do a good morning, plant your feet about shoulder width apart. Then you're going to hinge at your hips to slowly push your butt back behind you. You should feel a really nice stretch in your hamstrings just as you would an RDL. Then slowly using your glutes and your hamstrings, push your hips forward to pull yourself back upright and repeat. She's doing multiple things in this one. Are they both watching? I see a guy in the background there. I don't want to assume that it's her husband, but at the very least, it's another individual in the room. And it looks like they're both watching like separate TVs. The one she's listening to sounds like a female, and then the one he's listening to sounds like a guy. Is that Shaun T? I can't really see. It's pretty blurry. But yeah, and I don't know who she was, who the female was that she was watching. I want to say Elise Joan, but I don't know. Elise's voice is a little bit more high pitched, I feel like, because I've done a sample workout with Elise Joan. So that one was kind of like a 3-for-1 special. We got a bunch of different things, and this was interesting because she went straight into everything back to back. So I wonder if maybe it was supposed to be formatted as if it was a circuit where you're doing like kind of multiple exercises consecutively. This first one is a mating ritual, and you will not convince me otherwise. As far as what she's doing on her bottom half, where she's got her legs, I guess you could say she's standing in like a sumo squat position, and then she's kind of coming up and down on her toes. I've actually done something before like that in yoga. I took a yoga class before, and there was a lot of emphasis on lower body strengthening, and we've done something like that. We did not do the upper body stuff that she's doing, but it was like we were standing in the plie squat position, had hands on our hips, and we'd lower down, and then we would slowly, while inhaling and exhaling rhythmically, stand up on the toes so that we'd elevate our heels and then slowly lower the heels back down. So pretty intense, just for yoga. But as far as the stuff that she was doing on top there, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what program this is from, so if anybody knows what program, please chime off below, because I really don't know. That looks so ridiculous. What is she doing? I'm trying to watch this again. So she's kind of going like that, and then she's kind of alternating, I guess. Like, what? I wonder if this is supposed to be a warm-up or something. Well, probably not, because it says core day, but also leg day number 5 for the week at the bottom. That's what the caption says. Let's talk about the second one. The second one, I'm actually personally not bothered by. If you have a different opinion, chime off below. But I don't really have a bad opinion about the second one. I've seen that one done as a dynamic warm-up before. I've seen it also done without any weights, and it's just kind of extending the arms, crunching, bringing the elbows in, and you're kind of bringing up one leg to kind of tap your knees and elbows, not necessarily together, but in the same, like toward each other. She didn't do the other side. Oh, that just occurred to me. She didn't do the other side of the other leg before she moved on to the last thing she was doing. This last one that she's doing is completely ridiculous in my opinion. She's doing, wait a minute. Did that person say, I just watched this again. Did they say upright rows? I think she said wide rows with the booty lift. I thought she said upright rows, and I was about to say, no, those are not upright rows. She said wide rows. Okay, yeah, so that makes more sense. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't think there's anything at all wrong with rows. You will never see me trashing rows. But why do we need to do, like, the weird leg lift thing? Like, she's doing them on one leg, and now she's raising the weights up and doing the row. She's lifting one of her back legs up at a time. She's raising up that one leg while doing one-legged rows. And that, to me, that is just so stupid. Like, why can't you put both feet on the ground and just do good solid rows? It's probably a good thing that she's using such light weight, because she probably couldn't use much heavier weight because she's doing fucking one-legged rows for some bizarre reason. I think this is a really good way to take a really great exercise, being rows, and make it worse. I've used this analogy in a couple videos ago in this series, and you guys really liked it. The cake has a perfect amount of icing on it, and you're trying to now add more icing to the cake, and you're gonna make it taste like shit. And that's what I feel like has happened here. I will never tell you not to do rows. I love rows. There's a lot of really great variations of rows. I don't know who the super trainer is that developed this workout, but in my opinion, it was just them trying to just kind of add a little bit more, just throw a little bit more at the wall so it seems more interesting, and so that it seems like, wow, I'm working really hard, so that means I must be doing a really effective job at this workout. No. What are my mantras here? Just because you're doing more doesn't mean you're doing more, and you don't have to do everything to do something. Rows on their own are just as effective. You'd be so much better just choosing one variation of row with both of your feet firmly planted on the ground. Grab a little heavier weight if you can. Those look like really teeny tiny weights. Most people can probably start with at least 8 to 10 pounds of rows. That's if you've never ever lifted anything before in your life. Most of you probably have. Okay, thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the engagement and everything. on the channel and on my posts. I've started posting more educational reels too. Not just reels, but like videos. My reels are more entertaining, but I started posting more educational videos to my Instagram feed. So go ahead and be sure to follow me on the gram. Thank you once again for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more similar content, hit the subscribe button for more shenanigans, and I will see you all in the next one. Queen Lemon, over and out. It's me and the old man. Okay, fine. I'll come rub your belly. Ugh. You poor old man. Your life is so hard. Oh, look, he's extending his paw out to me. He's like, I didn't say stop. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Honestly, are you gonna like do anything? Oh, did you just give a little bye? Did you say bye? He doesn't like when I touch his paws. Yeah, can you tell? Because his nails are horrendously long. He only gets them cut when he gets his teeth cleaned. What? You want to say bye? Old man. The old man. Oi, I love you. I love you so much, my old man. I love you so much, my old man. Bye!